Welcome to Mets Season, where you get Mets content and MLB news from around the league. Today, I want to talk about once again, the couple of games that I've seen, especially recently yesterday's game, and speak a little bit about what I had in my last video about my issues between Diaz and Alonso, like some of the fan base and Met fans in general. Um, First and foremost, I want to say, I'm happy with what I see so far. Especially going back to Pete Alonso, man. He took in his first at bat, I believe first or second at bat. He had first and third. It might have been the second at bat where it was first and third, but he walked his first two at bats, and he took two pitches comfortable. There was no herky jerky, almost swung at it, check swing, which means he's seen the ball really well out of the pitcher's hand. Great thing for himself and us Met fans. The first and third situation is what I was talking about. Awesome. He did a great job. He took two close pitches. They wanted him to swing at it, and like the reason they threw him those pitches close was because last year he was fishing at those pitches, and now so far in spring training he's not swinging at them. I was so happy to see those two walks. Again, the on base percentage goes up. Like I said, there's no reason why his on base percentage should be any lower than 380. Definitely should be in the 420s to 440s for Pete. Like I said, the way that he poses, he's a threat. The guy has a bat in his hand. They know he can hit a 450 footer at any given moment, any at bat, any game. So good stuff there. He got those two walks. Really happy. Again, he took them comfortable. Always realize this, guys. When a hitter's at the plate and he takes a pitch, look how he takes the pitch. Look at it, how he does it, right? Because you could draw a walk and almost swing at two out of the seven pitches they threw you out of the strike, or seven pitches that they threw, four out of the strike zone, and you're kind of like iffy. But he took them, he looked at them, spit on them, boom. You're not getting me with that. Next pitch, inside, spit on it, boom. I'm gonna take my base. That's what Pete needs to do. Because if they're not going to give him anything to hit, our lineup is nasty. The next guy is going to get him. Now the pitcher has bases loaded. He's wild, walking guys. Now he's got to throw strikes to the next hitter. And whoever that may be behind Pete, whether it's Conforto, McNeil, wherever they bat Pete, third or fourth, it's going to be a good hitter. Take the base, dude. Add to your stats also your on base percentage so when your contract comes up, in a couple of years, hey, look, I'm batting, I average a 270, 275 average, 420 on base percentage. I'm averaging 35 plus homers a year. That kind of stuff. It helps you in all ways. There's no way he loses from it. Great, great thing. The next guy, Diaz, looked awesome yesterday. I know it's spring training, but he did face a good part of the order of the St. Louis Cardinals. And he smoked two out of the three. There was a couple of sliders he threw I didn't like. A couple of good ones. He threw a real nasty one to one of the left-handed hitters. For him, that's going to be the key. It's the slider. It's not the fastball. He's going to touch 97, 98 consistently. So, but Diaz looked great. We got to see a lot of the main bullpen guys. May came in after Diaz. He gave up a homer. It's all right. It didn't look like it was leaving the park. It looks like the wind might have blown it out. That guy still got good wood on it. Um, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? It happens. He's not going to be perfect, but he came back strong. He looked upset. I like that. And more focused after he gave up the home run. Definitely like that. It shows he cares. We saw Castro lights out. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Miguel Castro. He's been in the league for about 4 years, I believe now. This may be like his fifth season. And he's been a little above average. He's had a 3.5 to 4 ERA. I was gonna say KD. ERA. I was just playing Call of Duty. And the guy has nasty stuff, man. He got that slingshot motion. He's skinny, long, tall. If we can get him to snap that slider over, man, it's gonna be lights out. I'm telling you. Don't sleep on Miguel Castro. He was very good yesterday. Who was the other guys? The kid that I saw, I think it was number 40 with the long hair. Um, Forgot his name. Just slipping my mind. Anyway, I think it was like number 40. The kid with the long hair. He came in late, like in the seventh inning, and he was showing a lot of heart. He was pitching against the lesser players, minor leaguers, but he was showing a lot of balls. He was getting the ball, give it to me, boom, boom, boom. I like what I saw. He was lights out. Um, Again, I understand it was against the lesser players, but obviously, if he can, build the confidence, I've seen this happen before with guys like this that were not expected really to contribute and have big roles and starting spring training like that with that attitude, with that mentality. He was getting the ball, throwing it, slider, fastball, throwing it past guys. He looked hungry out there, like he wanted it, and I liked his body language. I'm sorry I forgot his name. I had it here written down, and it's slipping my. But I think he was like number 40 or something. He came in like in the seventh, long hair kid. Um, I really liked what I saw with him. A guy like that he's showing no fear, even though he's getting lesser guys out. You can build with that. Um, Especially once the season starts. Again, you have a pitcher, a starter that may not go far. If he can come in like in the fifth, fourth, fifth, if your starter comes out and get a couple of outs and just keep building that momentum with a guy like that. Because he was touching 96. I believe he hit up to 96, which is good. He had a good breaking ball. And again, sports is all about your heart and your mentality. He was a goal getter. He was going after the hitters. And yes, obviously you face a Goldschmidt, you face, an Arenado like that, and they'll take you deep and it can knock you back a little bit, your confidence. But if the manager, this is what a manager is for, uses him correctly, they can build with this guy. They can build something off with this guy. I liked what I saw. Mick Williams came in the ninth real shaky at the beginning. He even threw a ball up over everybody's head. But after he threw that ball, he showed a lot of heart. So I'm going to not ignore the first couple of pitches, the first few pitches in the inning from Mick Williams. But he did. After that ball, he threw it to the backstop. I was like, oh my God, this guy's melting down. And keep in mind, the thing with Mick Williams is he doesn't have options. His contract is a major league contract, so they paying him 750 grand, and they have to keep him in a major league roster. So this guy's gonna make the team. It's guaranteed, at least to begin with. So we'll see what happens. Um, but after he threw that ball to the backstop, he buckled down, started throwing strikes. I like that. It showed he has guts. It shows he's not scared, and he didn't let the situation intimidate him. And sometimes when you're an athlete or just anybody, a person in life, period, you know, he's gone through some downs, you know. Couple of organizations, has gotten hit hard. So, sometimes that helps you. That helps you because you know that when you run through another rough patch that you've been there and you've gotten through it and you've gotten to this point where he's got a major league contract. That's nothing to be ashamed of. He should be very thankful and just continue to work hard. I believe he has some potential. Again, that's probably another guy that, we could start using early in the game if a starter can't reach, into the sixth, seventh. Bring him in. Bring him in against the bottom of the order. Let him build again that momentum, that confidence. I've seen it. I remember guys like Dwayne Sanchez, Pat Mahomes, um, quite a few relievers that, over the Mets past, you didn't really expect much, and then they turned out to be lights out. Even guys like Blevins, guys like that, turned to be very good, very consistent, and helpful. And contributed towards the team victories. So we'll see. Again, a little recap. We spoke about Alonso, his the way he looks. He's looking awesome. I love it. Diaz pitched well. We got to see most of the bullpen main guys yesterday, except for Luke. But Luke pitched a couple of games ago, I believe Sunday. So we saw May yesterday. Castro is looking good. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Castro. I just wish he wouldn't tilt his hat. Wear your hat like this, Castro. This is how you do it, man. But anyway, but we'll see. What happens. I saw a video today where the Mets after their defensive drills had like a World Series type celebration, jumping around like fools. Pete Alonso and Lindor. You see Lindor with his fluffy hair, his bleached hair and stuff. You always know it was him. The video wasn't like that. The quality wasn't that great, but I knew it was Lindor because you see the little blonde hair sticking out in the back, and Pete Alonso looking all big, jumping up and down. So that's cool, great vibe. Um, I really like this team, man. I'm excited. I know we didn't get everybody we wanted to get, but one thing that you know, when you have unity and you like each other like they do, we saw this a couple of years ago in 2019 when Pete was on the team. You saw how they were all cheering and rooting for each other. Then you bring in a Lindor that's a team guy like that. Pretty much shows everybody love and respect and leadership. You know, that that can take you places. I mean, obviously you need talent. They have the talent. We know that. So that talent along with the unity of the team, the players, I'm telling you, man, when times get rough, you facing Atlanta, you go to Atlanta, uh, you need to win 2 out of 3 or maybe all three, or just even early in the year, if you have a 1 or 2 game lead and you're going into Atlanta, hey, let's bump it up to 3 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Win 2 out of 3 or all 3 games. That stuff, that unity, that push for each other, that want for everyone, for your teammates to do well is big. I've seen it. Um, I'm a Laker fan, and one thing, the difference between the Lakers and Clippers last year was that LeBron. I'm not a big LeBron James fan, but one thing I could say about LeBron is that he always his teams always have like that chemistry, and it's because him as a leader, he gets everybody involved. He distributes the ball. Everybody gets buckets with him. Besides the fact that he's there to help them make the big plays. You know, and this team has that. We got a lot of big playmakers. Again, we got Pete, 450-foot shots. We got Lindor defensively at the plate. Conforto with his bat. McNeil with his grittiness. Nimmo with his grittiness. You know, McCann with his leadership. He's a leader too, man. Look at James McCann, how he is, man. I like the dude. I'm a big fan already. You know, I just hope that the bullpen can hold it together. Where it doesn't bring the team down and the players, that every time somebody comes in or the bullpen is in, they give up 3 or 4 runs, because that could be, even though you like one another, but that could just be draining. I compare a bad bullpen always to a bad run defense in football. When you can't stop the run and the opposing team is just getting 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, a carry is just draining mentally. As a player, as a fan watching it. So I just hope that the bullpen just could hold it together, man. Just, try your best. If something's not working, grind it out, gut it out like a DeGrom. That's what makes DeGrom so great. DeGrom doesn't always have his best stuff, you know, but it's what he does, he always goes 6 for you. He may not have it, but he fights, man. He looks to see to get that change up over that curve, whatever's not working. Let me move my fastball around. Just be gritty, man. Show heart, you know. And I just hope that the bullpen is able to do that, and also too that we may be able to add a piece, you know. So once again, again, guys, if you enjoy what my content, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys think so far of spring training. What's going on, what you've seen with the players. Um, so we'll see. Yesterday, oh, one more thing. What I had mentioned about Dom Smith. Yesterday, finally, Gary brought it up, and then Keith added to it. Um, I didn't know this, but Dom Smith was a couple of days late to camp. So the excuse is that they're like bringing him in slowly, which I don't understand, because I'm sure Dom's been working out, so that he'll start to play left field soon, like in the next couple of days. But yeah, we wasted what, a week and a half already of games. So finally at least somebody says something, because I haven't heard nobody speak of why Don Smith hasn't been in left field. Whether it's from the games, channels. I just didn't understand it. So I finally got something out of it. So we'll see. All right, guys. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Over and out. Let's go Mets.